Okay, so I think three of you guys wanted me to do this again. So I will recap the race or ride from April 26th. And I started at 20 minutes in. There was a break of maybe 10 of us. So I'm going to hit start now. And we'll roll. So this is the footage from the break. There was probably, looked like maybe 10 of us. And while we were out there, I felt like we were rolling pretty good. The pace was just comfortable enough for me to contribute. I was happy to rotate through what I could and do some sort of benefit here. I like how Ryan rolled up with the short sleeves, no sleeve style today. And he just kind of, I think after that I've learned that he just kind of had enough and wasn't game for this. But I'm not so much at the limit, but I can't do much more than this. And I didn't notice at the time, but there was even a little gap there that happened. I don't know why. That was Alan that rotated through, and he's strong as can be. So, that was also another fun feature. There was some construction, so I had the little gravel bump. And why am I gapping people on this downhill? I have no idea. I know for sure I was not trying to put an effort in to get away from a group of 10 of the stronger dudes here. I was like peeling off after that turn instead of before it, but I guess it didn't work out. So that shredded some people too. So what is there, maybe 8 of us? But everyone's playing. We must be half a lap up at this point because there's just nobody back there. I do skip a pull there. But my heart rate is right at that threshold that I'm not doing much more than this. Like gravel, man. You could just kind of pedal stroke through it, but no one was interested in doing anything more power-wise through that. But you can see everyone's just happy to keep this pace. No one seemed too uncomfortable, and no one wanted to hurt anyone else at the moment. So we were just rolling. It felt good to contribute and be part of it. That was a big surge there from Josh. I don't know if there's a small gap, but not enough that Alan can't close it down, and it hurt me. I see him looking over his shoulder, and I'm like, I can't pull through at that pace, so let me get a little bit closer. And he flicks through, and I'm happy to just even pull through. And I don't know if Alan was talking to him, tell him to not pull as hard or not, but there's no surprise that those two were, two of the stronger dudes out here. It's hard to tell if those are actually big gaps or not with that rear camera. I don't know what is a gap and what isn't back there, so I gotta point it down a little bit more. I don't know. this is kind of monotonous and it's not as exciting as a sprint finish at the moment, but it just shows how smooth it is up here in a break versus surging out of every single corner, trying to just stay on someone's wheel. If you can find yourself with a group of people that actually want to work and share the workload, it definitely hurts. I'm hurting, but it's sustainable. Yeah, the hop fly guy, I didn't catch his name, but just kind of reiterated to rotate outside instead of inside, because it kind of causes it just flows a little bit better. And after we did it that one way, you could feel the pace kind of have to slow down a little bit, but if you can rotate outside after the corner, it seems to flow a little better. Little friendly tip of the day from some fast dudes. Geno's the chicken wing. But yeah, just I can do that. I can do that 15-second pull at that power and get through the straightaway or get through the corner, and it's sustainable for me. And it feels like we can just do this the rest of the time. I mean, I know it's 30 minutes in at this point of a 55-minute effort. So here I know that there's one more rider behind me, and I look back and he's not coming through, and it was confusing. So I kind of have to smash it to get back up here, and the trapdoor guy hops on my wheel, and at the same time Josh smashes it past the hopfly rider and puts in a huge effort, and some people are able to respond, but I see Andrew and that hopfly rider get left off. Now the trapdoor guy realizes that we're screwed and jumps past me, and I'm smoked because I just took the pull for me, and now I'm here somehow dropped, which is weird. I kind of don't understand how that happened. I don't know why the trapdoor guy decided to put an effort in after the break went, and I'm just done. That was it for the break for me, and I hope that I can close some sort of gap, but it's not happening, man. I don't know what I could have done differently. Probably should have jumped more on that wheel when there was a gap, but that little hesitation looking over my shoulder to see if that last rider was going to come through didn't come through. Super frustrating, super bummed to not be there, because I think about 10 minutes after this, they end up lapping the field and scooping up me and Andrew and the trapdoor guy. So yeah, super bummed that happened. So here we are. We got scooped up by everyone. Everyone's together. I think it was like 4 or 5 guys that came through us. So let's roll. I think this is going to be the last 4 or 5 laps. I didn't count. I'm not going to research it too much. But we can just watch along and just see the difference. I want to see the difference between rotating smoothly in a break versus the schizo field sprint of glory here. So at this point, it just super motivation isn't too high, but I don't want to just sit around. I'm not going to just stop riding, so try and stay out of the mix of the washing machine effect in the back. Resolution's not high enough. I can't see the finger count, so let's just say it was 4. Why not? And I'm just happy to just follow a wheel here. I don't really. Not really too excited at this point. I think that one bicycle sport rider, I think that's Mark Brown, and he ends up just sitting up there and smashing it. I feel like I can close this gap to this one little guy, so I do that. And again, that same effort I was doing in the group, that 380, 370, that's the same effort I'm doing now. So it just shows how much you can ride smooth and do that same effort in a group off the front and versus in the back. There's 3 to go. And in the beginning, Ryan did say he wanted to keep it fast at the end, and he's definitely living up to that now. It was also tough because he didn't want to get in the way of the people that were lapped, but it was impossible to figure out. I mean, I could see 3 or 4 of those guys, but I don't think there's really like a handbook on how to handle that at Ore Road on a Tuesday night with cones and trucks and stuff floating around. What you don't see is that halfway, the middle portion that I cut out, it started drizzling. So that was kind of fun. That made it, I saw people pulling out because of that, and so it actually dried up for the end. So this is Mark. You could tell that it looked like the bicycle sport guys were trying to organize some way. Mark was doing that super high upper tempo that no one wanted to come around. You could see him checking back. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but we're just going to pretend it is because they all wear the same jersey and, you know, it looks cool. So I'm in no position to sprint any of these guys, so I'm just trying to stay smooth and stay out of the way. Not out of the way, more out of harm's way here. And I know if I can be in the top five out of that last corner, I'll be happy. So yeah, he's definitely giving her the berries on this lap. And I kind of swoop inside to make sure no one cuts me here and I don't lose my position. That's really the only thing I wanted to do. He's still doing that. He's still doing a good job keeping that pace high. And that other bicycle sport rider comes through now and chases the trap door to pit. He smashes this here. I think this is the last lap. So I'm trying to stay up there, but I also don't want to get in the way of Josh and Alan, who I know who lapped the field. So I kind of let them. I'm not going to fight for his wheel for no reason. So I kind of move out of the way. I'm like, all right, now that they're out of, these three I know were lapped, so I jump back in there. These three lapped us. So now I'm just trying to see if I can still do any sort of effort with them. Hop Fly dude jumps on the outside. And Alan's just super comfortable. Yeah, I can't. This is this thing I don't have in my legs, is able to do this effort into this turn and out of it do anything. So here, I sprint, I get 600 watts. Josh comes by. At some point, I really don't care anymore. I stop pedaling. That's kind of my finishing move there. And that's it. It was interesting. It was frustrating. It was Tuesday at Ore Road. I will maybe talk to you guys next time.